Guys, hey Selena, how's everyone today? We have uh, Jonathan. Jonathan says, sorry for real. Jonathan, you're fine, my friend. Selena says, so Yogi Eric says hello to Jonathan, hello to everyone in the chat. I think it just might be you and me. And Sniper's here says, Grand Risings, Eric, good evening, Selena. How are you guys? We're going to do another short talk, 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. Because you guys know what time it is. It's oatmeal time. My schedule's changing a bit. As the sun is coming up earlier, I try to get out there before first light. Cena says, Yogi Eric, you and me like a date. You and me like a date. Yes, you and me like a date. Easy. Hey, Easy. What are your thoughts on David Foster Wallace? It's been a while since I've thought of David Foster Wallace. So I don't have a thought, but let me think further. Let me go back. Let me look at my bookshelves. I don't remember what I've read. Yogi Eric is a hot date. It's been a while, Selena. Thank you. Selena waves it easy. Easy says his main book is Infinite Jest. There's something else that he wrote, and I can't put my finger on it. I'll get back to you. Let me just say I'll get back to you on that. Easy. And Easy, how'd your job interview go? Hey, Oli. How are you? Hey, Lisa. Lisa says, so Yogi Eric. Hello, my friend. Oli says, so, sir, I'm going to bring up chapter 14, as that is the chapter I've been going through lately. And, of course, miracles. Section 10, the equality of miracles. This is an important chapter. Just give me a second. What else we got? Easy says, second interview is today. Awesome. 11 a.m., so fingers crossed. Hey, sending positive thoughts, sending love, sending prayers your way. Easy. Hey, guys, can you offer up some positive thoughts for our friend Easy's second interview? Oli says, where are you from? I am from United States, the East Coast, in the state of Maryland. How about you? Let's see. Selena says, the equality of miracles. I'm listening to. All right. Give me a second, guys. Miracles are not in competition. And the number of them that you can do is limitless. They can be simultaneous and legion. This is not difficult to understand once you conceive of them as possible at all. What is more difficult to grasp is the lack of order, of difficulty, that stamps the miracle as something that must come from elsewhere, not from here. From the world's viewpoint, this is impossible. Let me clarify that a miracle here is a shift in mindset. Let's see. Oli is from Jupiter. Nice. Don't think we've had a visitor from Jupiter here. It's a shift in mindset. When we say, I can't forgive this, we ask for a miracle. And a miracle is that shift of mindset where we turn everything over to the Holy Spirit. We turn everything over to God. We turn everything over to Jesus or the Tao or Krishna or Buddha. Doesn't matter. What's up, Skits? Good morning and happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday to you. Hey, we're getting new music today, right? Perhaps you've been aware of lack of competition among your thoughts, which even though they may conflict, can occur together and in great numbers. You may indeed be so used to this that it causes you little surprise. You're also used to classifying some of your thoughts as more important, larger, or better, wiser, or more productive and valuable than others. This is true of the thoughts that cross the mind of those who think they live apart. Separation. For some are reflections of heaven, while others are motivated by the ego, which only seems to think. The result is a weaving, changing pattern that never rests and is never still. That's why we have such a busy mind. In Buddhism, it's called the monkey mind. It never rests. It's pattern after pattern after pattern. It shifts unceasingly across the mirror of your mind, and the reflection of heaven lasts but a moment and grow dim as darkness blots them out. Where there was light, darkness removes in an instant, and alternating patterns of light and darkness sweep constantly across your mind. This is good, this is bad. I understand this, I don't understand that. All of these are our perceptions, and a perception is just our interpretation of reality. It's not reality itself. The little sanity that still remains, sanity is always love, by the way, is held together by a sense of order that you establish. Yet the very fact that you can do this and bring any order into chaos shows that you are not an ego, and that more than ego must be in you. For the ego is chaos. Chaos is always division. It's always separateness. It is always appearing as I have to choose this, I have to choose that, all that kind of stuff. The ego is chaos. So, the lesson the Holy Spirit teaches by giving you the shining examples of miracles to show that your way of ordering, the ego's way of ordering, is wrong, and that a better way is offered you. The miracle offers exactly the same response to every call for help, every single call for help, small or large. This is why there is no difficulty of miracles. It does not judge the call. One little disturbance versus every major disturbance is all a call for help. A miracle doesn't make the distinction. There's no hierarchy within illusions. So the miracle offers exactly the same response to every call for help. It does not judge the call. It merely recognizes what is and answers accordingly. It does not consider which call is louder or greater or more important. So the answer is very simple. The power of God and not yours, the power of God and not you, engenders miracles. We are not responsible for miracles. God is responsible for miracles. We turn everything over to God. This is why forgiveness isn't so hard, and it's why forgiveness seems so hard, because we're trying to do it. We turn it over to God. Jay, my friend. The miracle itself is but the witness that you have the power of God in you, within you. This is the reason why the miracle gives equal blessings to all who share in it. And that is why everyone shares in it. The power of God is limitless. And being aware and being always maximal, it offers everything to every call from anyone. From anyone. There's no order of difficulty here. A call for help is given help. The only judgment, there's one judgment, only one judgment. The ego has many judgments and thinks all of them are important. takes them all seriously. To the Holy Spirit, there's only one judgment, and it's divided into two categories. One is love, and the other is the call for love. That's it. Everyone is either extending you love or they calling for love. What can we do? We can extend love back. We can answer that call. But here's the thing. Maybe we're not ready. Maybe we're not ready to respond to a call for love with love. And that's okay. Don't beat yourself out. Don't add judgment to that judgment. If you're not ready, you're not ready. It doesn't matter. You will be ready. Sometime you will be ready. If it's not now, that's okay. It's so important to celebrate the fact that now we're realizing, I'm just not ready to choose a miracle. That's a big thing. That leads to a whole lot of happiness, because now we're no longer beating ourselves up. Why can't I forgive this? Why does this still bother me? Because it does, and because you can't. But in time, you will, and it's all okay. In a world of egos, there's always multiple egos that are out there and ready to beat you up for something. Don't be one of them. Don't join into what the Course says, the legions of egos that are seeking to beat you up. Be your own advocate, which means if you're not ready to surrender things to the Holy Spirit, if you're not ready to forgive, it's okay. But just realize you're not ready. That makes it a whole lot easier. Hey, Kelsey. Kelsey says, good morning, boo. Kelsey, how are you? Kelsey says, good morning, boo boo. How are you? How's Jason? So the ego is incapable of understanding content. Content is always love. Form is always different. So we see form and we judge it because we think that's all there is. However, we are not form. We are the content within. Spirit. Love. So, everyone's given us an opportunity, guys. When we allow someone to help us choose love by offering them love, we're joined in love. We've transcended the ego. We've touched upon the Holy Spirit. We've touched upon heaven itself, and we brought more of it to this world. When we deny it, when someone calls for love, we say, nope, you're not going to get it. Not for me. You've done too much. You've hurt me too much. Now we're just judging form, and we're not seeing content. The content is everyone's asking for love. They don't know how to ask for love any more than at times we haven't know how to ask for love. Who hasn't been so immersed in our own mistakes that we haven't realized all we're asking for is love? All we're asking for is understanding. Why aren't we getting it? Because we are denying it when other people ask us. We teach, we demonstrate what we most need to learn. So if you want to be understood, if you want to realize true love, true love, which is always unconditional. It's the love that St. Paul describes in letters to the Corinthians. It's the love that Buddha talks about. It's the love that Krishna talks about. Kelsey says, awesome, he is sleeping. I'm great, thank you. I'm glad that you're great. I'm glad that you guys got through the storms. I know you had some bad storms there. So let me dive back in the conversation, guys. I was on a little bit of a rant. Sniper says, Grand Risings. Skid says, watered my tarantulas this morning, and one of them has shedded skin. Nice. Hey, Skits, have you ever thought about featuring your tarantulas on your YouTube channel? Your spiders? Cena says, Yogi Eric, I'm not ready, but I'm okay with that, and one day I know I will be. That's so beautiful to forgive. I can't see it now, and it's so murky in my mind, but I'm hopeful for the future. I hope you realize how huge it is just to know that you're not ready. There's so much I'm not ready for. I've been there. I'm still there. I will be there again. And it's all okay. Because now we know. And we know there's the possibility that I can hand this over. I've mentioned before, I have hopefully stepped into that choice where I'm living my life as a life of surrender. Surrendering everything to the Holy Spirit. Can I earn an income on YouTube? I don't know. But I turn it over to the Holy Spirit. Can my current relationship survive some doubt? The doubts in my mind, my perception, my interpretation. I don't know. I turn it over to the Holy Spirit. I turn my chat, the live streams, over to the Holy Spirit. Because there's some turbulence. I don't know how it'll turn out. I don't need to know how it turns out. I just turn it over. I turn it over. I turn it over. Lisa says there's forgiving, but there's not forgetting. Forgiving is one thing. Forgiving is one thing, but letting them back in your life is another. Some people do not come back in my life, but I do forgive them. I understand. The forgiveness that I talk about here, though, is a different radical forgiveness. It is setting yourself free. Our friend Amanda came in with some beautiful descriptions of forgiveness. If we don't forget, we're not free. However, forgiving with that forgetting does not mean that people aren't responsible for what they do. And it doesn't mean that we don't act accordingly. What we're saying is, on the world of form, things are complicated. In the world of form, I may not be able to give you the space. I'm not going to allow you to further harm me. But on content, in the depth of things, in our hearts, and there's only one heart, that joined energy of our spaciousness, everything's forgiven, everything's forgotten. There's only love. Love doesn't make distinctions. It's just love, all inclusiveness. So what we do, and this is what Selena was alluding to and what she was saying, in the world of form, we might not be ready, and that's okay. But in the world of content, and we recognize content, and content gives us this gentle smile. In the world of content, there is no need for forgiveness because nothing actually has occurred. Forgiveness is pointing the finger at heaven. But form keeps us firmly in the world of thought, in the world of ego, in the illusion. Kelsey says, are also good, but helps. It does, Kelsey. You're so true. Who cares? So, where is God? That's a good question. There's a yogic story of a little boy who was listening to a holy man talk about God. And God, the guru, the holy man, was going on and on and on. And finally, the holy man held up an orange and said to everyone in the crowd, I will give you this orange if you can show me where God is. And the little boy, the wisdom that only a little child can have, said, I will give you all the oranges in the world if you can show me where God isn't, if you can show me where God is not. And the holy man was humbled. Hi, Tandra. Let's see. Lucy says that is setting yourself free. You don't hold a grudge, but you also have boundaries. Cena says, I've handled all my problems to God. I do the best that I can. I try and lead with love. You and me both, my friend. Skid says, I only have the tarantulas for 2 weeks this Sunday, Eric. So you have been on my YouTube channel besides my landlord. Doesn't know I have them out. Okay, gotcha. That makes sense. Tanya says, hey, Yogi, quick hello and like update 2920. All right, we got it this weekend. we have it this weekend. Are we still dealing with the ducks? How many variety of ducks can you see? It appears so. I will have this up as long as it's running, and then I'll put your playlist up. Guys, 80 hours for our friend Tandra. That's it. Only 80 hours. Do you mind running a playlist? Lisa says, if you don't have boundaries, you end up getting hurt and letting your friends and loved ones getting hurt. Interesting. Just remember that our boundaries are always our perception, and our perceptions is just an interpretation. If we let go of the interpretation, we can see that there's a different way. We can see that maybe, and maybe not, there's a better way. It's for each of us to arrive there on our own without me saying otherwise. It's not for me to say, this is going to work for you, this is going to work for someone else. But one thing to remember, when I talk about forgiveness here, I'm talking about a radical form of forgiveness, something completely different than anything else that we've been taught through life. So always keep that in mind. And it's definitely not for everyone. It's definitely not for everyone. And I don't expect it to be. I'm not trying to convert any way into a different way of teacher. I'm just offering an alternative way of viewing things that have worked for me through literally a lifetime of every possible thing that you can imagine life being thrown at you. Kelsey says, good morning, everyone. You know what? Why isn't Kelsey a moderator? You are now, my friend. Who cares says, so how do we get these oranges? You got to ask for them, but don't ask me. Don't ask me. I am not the dispenser. I'm not the great dispenser of oranges. However, if you show up at my house and knock on my door, I'll give you an apple. And you can join me for a bowl of oatmeal. I'll even help, help prepare dinner. I'll share my lentils and my rice and my potatoes with you. Skit says, God, I can brighten your day, Selena. You brighten all of our days, Skits. And I hope you know that. Skits, you truly, truly do brighten all of our days. You are a bright light. All on the YouTubes. All on the YouTubes. Hey, funny Arabic, how are you? Says, hi, bro. Just started going to pray today. Funny how things happen. It is funny how things happen. I told a story last night of a remarkable synchronistic event that has happened to me. I don't want to share it this morning because I will literally start crying again. And I was crying last night. But I will share it again if someone asks later in the day. And it's not 100%. I got to see how, how things, the strings are being pulled. Lisa says, I agree to disagree with you, Yogi Eric. That's the way it works, isn't it? I absolutely love when people agree to disagree with me and that we get to laugh and smile about it. Thank you, Selena. Selena drops a link for Tandra. 80 hours to go. 80. That's not official sign language, by the way, guys. That was just me making it up as I go. Let's see. Bocconi, did I get that right? It says, do you believe in the afterlife? No, I do not believe in the afterlife. Sina says, funny Arabic. Skid says, thank you, Eric. You're wonderful. Compliment, brother. You're a bright beam, positivity shining over the world. Hey, and when those two lights join together, that's when big things happen. Lucy says, right? Absolutely. You are someone someone who I value tremendously. So I would never, uh, in any way, want to shut that down and say, "Hey, this is the way things are." All I can offer is the same as what you can offer. Uh, the things that have worked for me, the things that have brought me a great peace of mind, a peace that I can keep returning to. Because I stray off the path, like all of us do. But hey, now I know that path exists, and I can step back on it at any time. I can shut someone down and say, nope, I'm not ready to learn this lesson. And then maybe later in the day, maybe the next day, maybe a week, maybe a month, maybe a year, I can gather up the courage and say, you know what? Maybe I am ready. Lacey says, I believe in past lives, and I believe I live a life on other planets. Nice. So, to clarify my answer on not believing in past lives, because if you've ever been in deep meditation and everything's dropped, and you get this sudden realization of presence, nothing but presence exists, meaning the presence being all encompassing, all, what's the word I'm looking for? Inclusiveness, nothing but the presence, meaning that the past doesn't exist, the future doesn't exist, planets don't exist. All that exists is right now. There's just life. There's no past life, there's no future life, there's just life. Because where does the past take place? In the absence of the thought of the past, what's right now? In the absence of a projection of the future, what do we have? Without a single thought of another planet, what do we have right now? Without another thought of this person needs to be forgiven, but I can't forgive this person. And without those thoughts, what do we have right now? And in any moment of deep meditation, none of those things exist. What exists is just the unfoldingness, the isness, the presence of love. That's it. Such a miraculous place. And it's not a place. I'm using words don't fit in to the actuality. Cena says, Yogi Eric, what advice would you give to people and how to be ready to open to love in a new relationship? This is a good question. I don't know if I have advice. I would go back to what I just said. Lisa says, I will be here, but I have to get ready for my live in a couple of hours. Gotcha. I'm actually going to end the live stream in just a minute. Celia says, I'm with Lucy. Here's my thing. Just what I just said. The present moment. All we have, all we ever will have. Anything else is a thought. If you didn't have that thought, what would you be experiencing? So, to think that we're ready for love, to think that we're not ready for love, to think that we need to be ready for love or new relationships is a thought. In the absence of that thought, you are already ready. In the absence of the thought that I can be hurt, or that I can't be hurt, or that I'm ready and that I'm not ready. So if we can just for a moment recognize those are just, in yoga it would be called the vacillating waves of perception that we mistake for reality. The reality is that we can never not be ready for love. However, our thoughts can prevent us from seeming to be ready. So if we can just let that go for just a little bit, and we take that chance, we just take that chance. Hey, Monkey Man. Monkey says, good morning, everyone. Good morning to you, my friend. Sonia says, I'm ready for love. So now I got the Bad Company song in my head. You guys familiar with Bad Company? The song is I'm ready for love. I'm not ready for love. I'm completely shut down from love. Just wanted to hear your thoughts. Are you completely shut down? It's just like we were talking about up above in forgiveness, that it's okay to not be ready for forgiveness. Hey, Mike. Mike says, what, man, how was your night? My night is over. I'm in a brand new day. Um, so just realize where you are. Does that make sense, Selena? Just realizing that, hey, love is all there is, but right now I'm not ready for that. That's enough. It's enough to be where you are as long as you recognize where you are. That's key. Can you smile at where you are? Cheech and Chong, I'm looking for love in all the wrong places. Man, I remember Cheech and Chong. I saw the movie Nice Dreams. My best friend Larry, who sadly passed away March before last. Skid says, I have a Cheech figurine. I was always I'm always more of a Chong fan. They're actually back together. Sia says, I'm happy where I am. Awesome. Giving ourselves that gentle smile. Knowing that, hey, where we are is just where we are. It's not the end result. I love the quote from Richard Bach. In the end, everything's going to be okay. And if it's not okay, it's not the end. All right, guys, it is oatmeal time. Sempa says, Chong was my man. Teacher's all ego. Agreed. Hadn't occurred to me back then. All right, so, guys, if you can help out our friend Tandra, be much appreciated. I think we can close the deal. We can seal the deal this weekend. Because remember, 5 days of being held. It says, enjoy your oatmeal, handsome. Well, thank you. And you, I guess you're getting ready to go to sleep, right? You have a wonderful night's sleep. The two created balance, yin and yang. Selena drops the link for our friend Tandra. Thank you so much. All right, guys, I'll be back at 1 o'clock this afternoon. Thank you for hanging out with me. It is much, much appreciated. Give me 1 second. There we go. My grandfather told me the end is the beginning. Exactly. We can even take it even more so if we realize it's seamless. There's no end, there's no beginning. There's just beingness in all of its many faceted presentations. Life is just presenting itself and presenting itself and presenting itself. The mind says this is a beginning, this is an ending, but life just says continuous seamlessness. Enjoying that seamlessness. Recognize that there's no ending of love, there's no beginning of love, there is just the appearance of what might be the beginning, of what might be an ending, but all of it is too seamless to even possibly be described. Too beautiful. We're too immersed. We're too immersed in our own isness. I'm running out of descriptions. So with that, I'm going to stop talking. I will see everyone later. Take care, my friends. Love to you. Have a wonderful day, or have a wonderful night's sleep.